am Breno.
I am Maria.
I'm Hadassa.
And we are the Chile Dorms podcast. So today we have here our guest. It is Roger. He's
Introduce yourself, please.
Well, I'm Roger. I'm a teacher of Portuguese and technology here in Chile Dorm. And it's a great pleasure to be here, being interviewed by you.
He's one of our greatest teachers.
Thank you.
It's a great pleasure to interview you.
We can say that. And he also has something special to say us because he not only speaks Portuguese and English but also French. So could you give us a little sample of French speak?
And Russian.
Oh, okay, Russian. Russian I don't remember. I
Do you speak Russian?
Yes, Russian and Mandarin, but I don't remember.
Also?
Yes, Mandarin. It's impossible. Russian I can. In Mandarin, I think people fake that they are saying something, and somebody's faking that understanding.
And they're also saying
and
something
everybody understands each other, but it's only fake.
Look like that happens a lot.
But in French.
Yeah.
Salut, je suis Roger, le professeur ici de Chile Dorm. Je suis le professeur de portugais. J'étais professeur particulier de français, d'anglais, et d'autres langues. Mais ici, je suis seul professeur de portugais et technologie.
I hope somebody could understand what he just
So
said. because
Hadassa understands.
I didn't understand a single word that came out of his mouth, so but it's certainly a good example. So,
Merci.
So, could you tell us why do you choose being a teacher?
In fact, first of all, I didn't choose it. When I finished the high school, I went to the university and I had two options. The first one was to be teacher. I chose history. The vestibular. I made vestibular of Federal University of São Carlos, where I studied linguistics, and Federal University of São Paulo in Guarulhos. And there were two different options. The undergraduate course for history was to become teacher.
Was
like
free.
Both were free in public universities, but the history one was what we call licenciaturas. It allows you to give classes, and all the courses formulated to create teachers, to develop teachers. And I choose linguistics, and it's a baccalaureate. It's not for teachers. It's going to the market of work. It's to perform researches and things like this. So I choose industries also. I choose this. I didn't choose the one for become teachers. But
so you should be a history teacher.
Yes, in the past, if when I was in high school, if I decided to be a teacher, probably nowadays I would be a history teacher.
Oh.
And did you study at a public high school?
No, the high school I went to a private one. It's called Luiz Rosa.
Oh, I know. I tried studying there, but at the time, no.
Pandemic times.
Yeah, kind of.
The elementary school was elementary and secondary school. I had I studied in public schools, but the high school I had a scholarship. Scholarships that I was paying at the time 50 reais or 100 reais per month to be there because I had 70% of the price in scholarship.
Were you like a good student? Did you enjoy studying?
Not exactly, because I always thought that many subjects in school were boring, so I decided to study by myself.
Looks like someone understands us.
Yeah.
I studied lots of things that are different than what it's the basis what we studied at school.
Like
What?
Russian.
Like Russian.
And Mandarin.
No, Mandarin I had class in university.
Oh,
I had 2 years of
not
Mandarin.
in high school.
No, My undergraduate course of linguistics, I had 2 years of Mandarin, 1 year of French, and 3 of English.
So you learned all your languages in college.
Yes.
University. Yes.
I was
Yes.
told you know how to make beer.
Yes. Used to.
Really?
But you're above 18, so you cannot. You're under 18.
That's
If you-
They're gonna got it. I forgot that.
Yeah, I cannot
too.
talk
When it
about
don't
beer
wanna
in
go.
school. But I can make beer.
But I
brew,
have
brew beer.
parents, and my parents can drink.
Yeah,
Oh,
I brew
That's
beer.
easy brain.
What about non-alcoholic beer?
That this is we can talk. This is
He knows
under
how to
18.
make non-alcoholic beer.
Yes, chemical product.
yes, this is a subject for under 18.
But as you said, Russian was not one of the languages that you learned in university. It was a part.
It was before I started in high school.
Yes. And what gave you the desire to understand Russian or try to speak it?
I always liked the accents of Slavic languages, Polish, Serbian, Russian, Ukrainian.
Like Rushka Pavro.
Like this. I was like this. I figured out that there is a name for this. This is prosodic features of languages.
Like these weird sounds.
The sequence of sounds, and I always liked it.
Yeah.
So I started to study Russian. In fact, I wanted to study Ukrainian because I always thought Ukrainian was prettier than Russian. But there is no so much material in Ukrainian, so I had to study Russian first, and they are similar. They are like Portuguese and Spanish.
Yes, it's weird because we Brazilians we can understand like almost perfectly what a Spanish person says, but a Spanish person cannot understand Portuguese, and it's kind of like that.
Exactly. It's very weird. It
It's
sounds
weird.
like almost like they're not trying to
Yes.
understand because it's so
But there is one linguistic excuse for this, or not excuse, but explanation.
It's an excuse.
It's an excuse.
You're not giving yourself.
You're not
into-
You need to try hard.
The Portuguese, especially Brazilian Portuguese, has more sounds, different sounds. We have more than 30 different sounds,
Yes.
and Spanish not. So for them, it's different to understand sounds that we make different. For example, e and e. For us, there is a big difference. For them, not. O and o, totally different for us, and for them, not. So for them, it's a bit harder to understand something because
That
we
said.
we changes the sounds of. There's a big variation of sounds.
Yes. I had a
So
friend.
they're not trying hard enough.
They're
Yes,
not trying hard enough.
No. I had a friend who traveled to Mexico once, and he, at the time, he didn't know how to express himself in Spanish. But at the time that he was there, he learned to speak Spanish, Mexican Spanish, with the time, talking like day to day, and they were asking him like, how do you understand how to say Spanish but we're not in Portuguese? What? And they couldn't figure it out, and that's a pretty cool thing to know about these variations in sounds that we Brazilians do.
And there's another explanation that it's easier also. It's much more easier to a Brazilian learns French than Spanish too, because in French we have almost the same sounds.
Yes,
they have
I
one or
noticed.
two that are different, like
Yeah,
and e. But most of them are the same. Like there's the difference of e and e, o, all different.
I've noticed like when you spoke French, like not only this time, but we can like see that is something common.
Yes, there's
And it
lots.
is that's it. Yes. Also here in Brazil we have different. I guess we can say 5 different accents.
Yeah, in
To
general.
the
Yeah.
north, south, and that is, I guess that's kind of confusing for the gringos. Because everyone say in a way in the region that only them understand kind of. We know some things, but not at all.
Yeah, and like if you're a Brazilian, you already struggle to understand something.
Yes.
Like if you go to the south, you might not understand what they call like bread. Because here they call it pão francês, and there they call it cacetinhos. And like, that's weird.
Do not understand.
You don't understand?
Well, but at least in Brazil, we can understand some things.
Yes.
But there are languages and countries that they don't understand. Who is from north don't understand at all. Who is from south.
Yes.
And the small countries like Germany,
Almost
for example,
different language.
almost different languages, but the same country, and it looks like the same language because they write the same things, but they don't understand each other.
But there
That's
are a few communities, in very restricted communities in the south of Brazil that speak European languages,
Yes.
like German.
Yes,
And Russian.
Germany. Yes, there are a lot of people from Germany
Yeah.
in South.
I was in Twitter.
Source.
Yeah,
Twitter.
and I read a tweet about that, and I was very shocked.
Yes,
I didn't know.
I don't know. They don't
I
talk
guess
about
they
that.
are used to cold, and like when they decided to travel, why not South?
Yes, the weather probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is no.
Perfect.
They have some sentimental
They really-
attachment to snow.
Yes,
They can see
they really
snow.
enjoy Chimarrão.
Imagine
Wow.
German and North. It's like in Bahia. A German in Bahia
No
can
way,
survive.
no way.
I can handle it. Have you ever been like, you ever traveled
To Brazil.
to a place that was not Brazil?
Abroad?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where have you
Few
been?
times, yes. I went to South America by combi with some gringos. It's Bolivia, Chile, Argentina,
Oh.
Paraguay, and return, and in Brazil.
You
Arriba.
did the whole South America,
Not whole, because we went to 5 countries, the biggest ones.
not the
Bolivia,
ones on the
Chile.
top, like
No, Colombia, Venezuela.
Suriname.
No, but I want to do it someday.
I hope
Maybe
you
we'll
do
do
it.
it. There are some countries it's a bit hard because there are no routes to go by car.
Oh.
We need to pick up boats and
Yeah.
go by sea or through the rivers.
Or
And
the
some of them
roads.
more dangerous and maybe expensive.
So
Did you shower?
Did you
No,
shower?
you know the answer already. I stayed almost 15 days in Chile and I didn't take any shower.
Oh my god!
There was a purpose.
Sorry, but
I
I was
asked this
thinking.
question on purpose.
The last
Because I know
shower,
the answer.
yes, the last shower was in Bolivia, and
It was in another country.
yes, and then
Oh
I
my God.
stayed in Chile, sleeping on the beach. It was perfect.
Oh, shower
And
on
then-
the
On the
beach.
beach, it must be good.
And then the other, after 15 days, was in another country.
It was a shower with salt water.
No, it was too cold. But I was with some Germans, and they had surfing boards, and they were surfing, and I couldn't even put my feet on the water, in the water, because it was too cold for me. Even for them, there's no
Here
problem.
comes my
They're
theory
used to the
that
cold.
they only went to the south to
Yeah, that's
because of the cold.
the only reason why they go there. Like,
You were right.
it's
They're so cold.
Yes.
they wouldn't survive in Bahia.
Any other country?
I went to South Korea.
South Korea?
Yes.
Really?
Don't
And-
say it next to her. No.
What were you doing in South Korea?
I was with some students of the Linguistics Olympiad of Brazil, and so
Oh.
I was the team leader of them in South Korea. So we went
my
to South
God.
Korea, and in the middle we stopped in Emirates, the Dubai. We stopped in Dubai.
What are you doing here?
Oh, they gave
What
lessons.
went wrong?
And then we went to South Korea. I think it was only 2 weeks or 20 days. It was
Only
fast.
2 weeks. Only.
We stayed at the university, and they have many things to do during the week, many projects, and they continue the contest of the Olympiad. They had the international step, so they have a exam to do there, and Brazil got some medals.
Really?
Congratulations.
Congratulations. And did you communicate in English there?
Yes,
Or
English.
South Korea.
No, in South Korea.
No.
not.
Mandarin?
Mandarin, that's-
English French, and I met the group of how's called the country south of Russia,
Oman,
Uzbekistan.
Yes.
Yes, and they speak Russian very well, and for years I didn't speak Russian, and I couldn't talk to them.
You cannot find Russians here in Brazil.
It's not very easy.
They are also very good.
Well, but all the grammar was fuck it up when I was they understood.
Oh my god, I got that.
They got it.
Juanito.
No
We're gonna
swearing here, please. We're underage.
No, yes. Yeah, sorry.
Oh my god. We cannot say about
freaking-
Yes,
beer.
but this was a slang, so it's a
Slang.
Oh,
All
slang.
right.
I'm not offending anybody.
Roger não é o L, então compreenda.
And as I am a pretty hungry person, what can you say about the food
A food where in
in
the
South Korea?
South Korea. Yes, the food is very different. They had all the same meal in the breakfast, the lunch and
every
dinner.
single day?
Every single day. So, for example, they eat rice and fish soup
Kimchi?
and kimchi, all the 3 meals, or the 3 times per day,
Every day.
every day. So this was very bad because
I was expecting like
Oh my god, I ate
something
so
different,
good.
but
It was surprise.
it's good because it's very. My stomach is not adapted to
spicy
pepper in the
Yeah.
breakfast and fish.
fish.
So it's not only
So you
fish.
starved.
Yes, because they eat, they eat
Pork.
this is the raw fish. The fish that you took
Yes.
recently fished.
Just take it in
Yeah.
your hand.
not exactly like this. They just cut it.
Delicious.
They cut it first.
Yeah.
And at the time, because it was international event, so we had different meals. For example, for vegetarians, for vegans, for lactose intolerant, and
Normal
for
people.
normal people.
Yeah.
No, there was no normal.
No,
There was-
normal.
the normal was the Korean food,
Only
They-
So
spicy
it's
food.
not normal. It's not.
And rice.
And rice.
and they had kosher for Jew people. It's kosher.
What?
Kosher.
What is that?
Kosher and halal. You know halal?
No.
For example, the Jew people and the Muslim people, they by the tradition in their religion, when you eat meat, they need to pray. So it's a special meat. So they kill the cattle or the cow, and they pray during the blood is going out. And these only for being prayed. It means they put a stamp that it's for Muslim or Jewish. For Muslim is called halal, and for Jewish it's called kosher. So and they don't eat
Respect for
pork,
killing.
don't eat fish. The Korean they eat pork, eat fish.
Yes.
I'm not exactly sure about fish. I think that some kinds of fish Arabic eat, but I'm not so sure.
Yes.
So I faked.
Pork is the most like not sweet.
Porks, yeah, porks for sure not.
Yeah.
So I faked that I was Arabic. Yes, because
I would like some beef.
we had this and with our name from where we were, and we have some small stamps to show which queue you have to take in the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I just make this and put in the opposite side so nobody sees. And I took the halal queue always because I was not surviving with the Korean meals
Spicy fish food
And
and
how
rice.
with the
Taste.
breakfast. But
How does it taste?
the Arabic food, the halal food was perfect. I had Fruit Loops and yogurt. I had some.
Sounds delicious.
Yes, I had. I don't know in English, but you had the kib, the falafel. I had these Arabic in the lunch. It was very good. I had pancakes. I had the food closer to
Everything
After food.
you dreamed of.
Exactly. It was the best. The shoes halal.
So you've traveled a lot around the world.
No, not a lot.
More than us. Definitely.
We're talking about food. What was the best thing you ever ate when you were traveling?
Traveling.
Tough question,
Yes. It depends. It depends of the mood I was. Maybe.
Korean rice, maybe?
No, I forgot to say, but this in Korea, there is one breakfast. I had some small snakes. They were dead.
Snakes?
Yes, but they had eyes. It's not snakes. No, the
Snail.
electric fish.
India.
No, electric fish. No. The
Yes,
India.
India.
Yes.
It's India in English.
No, it's in Portuguese.
we fake it is in English because we know.
I had these dried. They were dried.
Yes, right.
And the eyes didn't dry. So there was small.
Very fresh.
Yes, small these electric fish. With
Did
eyes
you eat it?
looking at me, and I was looking at it, and I couldn't eat a meal that is looking and staring me. So it's
Like, you really want to do that?
yes.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, in fact, they are more serious. Not not sad, but they are serious. Like, look at me.
Are you sure?
Yes.
But what was the best Latin food that you ate when you were traveling, like through South America?
Not exactly South America, but the food from north of Brazil is very good. I love this special pepper they had. Pimenta de cheiro.
Yes.
It's very nice. Everything with pimenta de
It's
cheiro
not
is
too
perfect.
spicy, it's more of a aroma.
More of a condiment.
Aromatic, yes. It's very, very good. So I like it. I like this Brazilian food very much.
Brazil's the best.
Yes,
Yeah.
Brazil is the best.
No, it is not being proud, alright? Not being we are better than others.
No.
but
But we
our
are.
food
Just our
is,
food.
is really, 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 really good.
In Argentina, also the meat, the meat they prepare is also very good in Argentina. But I still prefer Brazilian food from north.
Our comfort food.
I feel like there's nothing like a tutu de feijão.
No.
Yeah.
Or feijoada.
A good feijoada.
Nothing like that.
Yeah.
During my research, I went to São Gabriel da Cachoeira. This is a small city in the border of Colombia and Brazil.
Oh,
If you count this as going to Colombia, so I went there. But on the river. But
stepped down a
it
bit.
counts. It
It's already
counts.
further.
And I was 4 days in the boat to get there from Manaus to
Like-
São Gabriel da Cachoeira.
no stop.
No
Non-stop?
stopping. Yes, 4 days. And
Straight up.
yes, the meal, the food that was served in the boat was very simple. It's rice, beans, and sometimes fish, and all these north spices and this magic pepper. And it was very simple, but it was, I think, the best, one of the best food I ever ate in my life. And it's very simple.
I don't know if it is from north area of Brazil, but pequi, have you ever had?
The pequi, yes.
They make a yellow rice. Normally here in South we do it like with urucum, but there they make it with pequi. And I remember making a job with that for school, and I saw the food. I would taste it I would give it a try. But if you said that you had it.
Yes, pequi. Yes. I tried this also. Not only like this, but there, they have pequi with some drinks.
Yeah, that you cannot say,
Yes,
right?
I know. We cannot say until you have 18.
All right. But 0 to 10, how would you rate it?
0 to 10, how I rate
In
the food I eat
The
there?
food, yeah,
Yes.
the food with it.
I think if it's my parameter, it's 10. Maybe because where I was, the special moments.
Helping Brazil.
The food for example, in Chile also was the one of the best times in my life when I was sleeping on the beach. I was sleeping. The beach is here and the mountain is there, and this was perfect. We are cooking our own food because food in Chile was not good. All the food I bought prepared was good.
Honesty.
Vegetables, rice.
Beans?
Not beans.
Not beans at all. Right.
Yes.
We got it.
We had lots of banana because this part of Chile I crossed was desert, so there was nothing. Everything was imported.
Really?
Yes.
So
from Brazil.
yes. Okay. So it wouldn't change much if you ate like at you said Chile.
Chile, yes.
Yes, it wouldn't change from Brazil to Chile.
No. We had more options because if everything is imported, you can import from Brazil or for the other countries. So they had many other options of imported food, but all imported. In that desert, nothing grows. Maybe the salt, because the desert of Chile has salt. So they had their own salt.
Yeah. You could eat salt. Why not?
Yeah, why not? You wouldn't die.
Take a little bit.
Yes, I did this.
You did it?
Yes, I had. I don't know if I can find it mines, but I took because the desert of salt is made by salt, so we pick it up.
Just
salt
take
and-
it
Yes.
as rocks, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's small crystals
Little
and rocks.
rocks. Yes. And what was the country in which its economy broke was Venezuela.
Argentina.
Yeah.
Oh, Venezuela too.
Venezuela. Argentina, they are holding.
They're still trying, but
And you went there in that time or not?
No.
Before.
Even in Venezuela was. I didn't
No,
pass
you
through
haven't been there. Alright.
I had many Venezuelans friends.
Yes.
Had friends.
You can say you have South Korean friends, Russian. A lot of them.
I was teacher of Portuguese for foreigners for years in my life.
I always ask myself how it is to teach English, Portuguese to people like who's not Brazilian.
I like it because I think I learned more about Portuguese giving classes of Portuguese to foreigners.
Which is not us, clearly. But it's something like really cool, isn't it?
Yes, because we have contact with different cultures. I always liked it. And I have friends, I don't know why, I'm a magnet of gringos.
Gringos.
I have many gringo friends that comes and stay at my place. Even not inviting, they just come and stay in my place.
But
Well,
do you think it is harder to teach Portuguese to a person who's like? No, I mean, of course, it's harder to teach Portuguese to a person whose first language is not Portuguese. But like, do you feel like is there a big difference? Like, I don't know where I'm trying to get. Like, do you teach Portuguese to a gringo the same way you teach a Brazilian?
It's easier one another.
They're completely different. For example, for you are in the high school. The skills that you must have of Portuguese are different than somebody that already had the high school, already studied their own language.
In case our Portuguese level is higher than
Yes, and come to Brazil to work and need Portuguese to conversation to keep talking at work. It's totally different, in fact. Because for you, I think I go deeper. Yes, I go deeper because we
March vida civil.
Exactly. We need to understand more how to make the all the interpretations of what you read and all the connections of the texts.
They need to learn more of
The basic things.
Yeah,
like
basics and
urgent.
working Portuguese.
Yeah.
Yes, because
business
we
Portuguese.
have
Business
here in
Portuguese.
Brazil like so much nicknames for equipments. Like if you take a person who works with cars, like you're gonna say the parts of the car in words like you wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
You give it literally nicknames
What is a
for
chupeta?
yes, virabrequim. Like,
Yeah,
you wouldn't understand. So we have this thing with us that we give nicknames to certain things that aquela coisa ali que tá perto daquele negócio.
Yeah.
Well, translate to English. That thing that's close to the another thing.
Yeah, and they don't understand it. They're not trying at all.
But
They're not trying
one
hard
single
enough.
word that we can be proud of, like I guess we can say we invented gambiarra.
Gambiarra.
Yes, this is hard
Jeitinho
to translate.
brasileiro.
Yes, of course. That's ours.
This is hard to translate.
Yeah, gambiarra, my friend.
Gambiarra.
I use ne a lot.
I use nail a lot.
Ne.
Oh, at least now you didn't use.
Yeah, because there's no ne in
I know
English. Because
ne.
if there was, I would be using it.
You really do it, nay?
I
Well,
really would.
I guess that's it for today.
Time is up.
Okay, but we
Okay.
will meet again.
What?
We will meet again.
I hope so.
I
Okay.
really hope
I gotta
so.
say something. You sound like your accent, like kind of Indian accent.
India.
Yes.
I'm from India.
But I hope you liked it. I hope you could enjoy our content, and we are very happy with what we could handle in this podcast. So I hope you like it too.
I hope you like it, guys. It's been a pleasure to be here with you.
Yes.
And
Sweaty.
you.
It's
And
my
me.
pleasure too to be here.
Thank you so much for
Thank you
coming
so
and taking
much.
some time.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. I thank you very much to invite me for inviting me.
been,
We're
here.
all very thankful.
Yeah, it's just love the thinking.
We
See you next time.